Welcome
We're starting.
to the podcast.
Hey.
Welcome to the cast.
Hey.
Welcome to the crew who's got no clue what the fuck they doing.
Yeah. Kira's intro has been stolen.
I'm hurt, but I did like it.
Yeah, it was really good.
But I'm hurt.
Welcome back. I am the host, Jason, and I am here with my 5 lovely friends. Terrible at counting.
Your menagerie.
Good job.
And we have Trevor here, our lovely singer.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantabulous.
And we got Pokemon enthusiast, Kira. How you doing?
There's a ghost in the kitchen.
Yeah, the light's kind of
The
flickering.
light's
It's
going
weird.
off and on.
It's
There-
probably fine.
The darkening.
See, it's not the teapot Pokemon, it's the lamp Pokemon.
A Lampert.
See, that was the only thing I was going to mention.
And
Hey.
beside Kira,
And beside Kira, we have the D&D enthusiast, Chrissy.
Because Kira totally isn't the D&D enthusiast at all.
I know, I was trying to quickly think of something you'd be an enthusiast of.
Yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
felt right. Close enough.
Close enough.
And we got the Batman Arkham Knight enthusiast, Devin. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
You're doing very undead Joker. And we got Good Omen enthusiast,
I thought you were
Victoria.
going to go Harry Potter.
Well, currently.
hi. Yeah, Harry Potter, come on.
I'm trying to do this new thing where I give everyone new
Currently,
titles.
Good Omen.
Not working out
enthusiast.
so
Currently
well for you.
Dark Crystal enthusiast, actually.
Yes.
Okay, well, you have a
Uh,
lot of things that you're enthusing at the moment, so
Okay,
And one
okay,
thing.
okay. Let's start this thing. I just want to give a quick prayers to Kevin Hart. He was involved in a really bad accident.
Yeah.
His car was
Yes, I
totaled.
heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to he had to
Yeah,
have surgery
back
for
surgery.
for serious back injuries. Yeah.
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 poor guy.
So prayers to him because that's always sad, especially when we need someone like that in this day and age. Someone that's gonna make us
In
laugh.
these dark times.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, it kind of is dark times.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, facing the apocalypse.
That goes without
So-
saying.
So I wanted to start this podcast off with something.
Okay.
So this is a YouTuber. I'm not gonna name names, but he has a new series where he'll watch bad superhero movies, right?
Okay.
And his first
So
movie,
the very first Hulk movie.
the first movie he did was Daredevil, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well,
And
if you're
my-
gonna start anywhere.
And my brother brought up a great point. He asked, "Why is there 80s nostalgia when the 2000s are clearly the best time period?"
Because the 2000s were a pipe dream.
And I agree. Trench coats, sunglasses.
So we all
that's
agreed
true.
not to talk about the 2000s.
So are
No,
we
we
talking
are
about
doing this.
2000s, 2000 to 2010?
No, I think we're talking
Or
about
just,
2000 to
2000.
2005.
Yeah, those are the
Oh,
prime
that
years.
small
Yeah.
The Matrix, the Daredevil movie,
That small but impactful.
Linkin
bracket.
Park.
Actually, to be fair, that also brought us the first couple Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings films.
But they
So-
didn't have trench coats or sunglasses.
Actually,
Lord of the Rings had some people who were in kind of trench coats, but yeah, not really.
Mad
And
Eye
Harry
Moody?
Potter wearing
Mad Eye
clothes,
Moody.
so.
Mad Eye Moody.
Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah, Mad Eye
That
Moody
too.
had a
I think
trench
that's more of
coat.
a
He
duster.
Close enough to a trench. I think a duster is a type of trench.
Yeah, it's just like a.
Dusty one.
Yeah.
No, it's like a cowboy trench coat.
Okay.
So what is the cowboy versions of the early 2000s?
I don't know.
All of the cowboys.
That's true.
Wait, the cowboy version of all of the 2000s? What does
Just
that
Cl-
mean?
I
Just
don't
Clint
know.
Eastwood.
I'm freestyling here.
Don't do that.
Cowboys of
Not
the early
great.
2000s? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I know,
let's
moving
go back
on.
to topics.
Okay, so
Moving on.
I had this written down before Trevor started singing, but I feel like we could have a theme song, and I picked the perfect song,
Oh God,
Okay.
what is it?
No.
Wonderwall.
No.
No.
See here,
But
I
the
thought you were gonna.
greatest movie of all time.
See here, I thought you were gonna do
Movie.
Song?
I mean, song. Sorry.
hit the road jack. Since you've been singing that
Hit the
all
road.
day.
Hit the road jack is a
road,
great
Jason,
song.
oh my
Okay.
God. Don't you come?
Someone tell me that.
Copyright.
Hit, oh,
No,
well,
please change the
yeah.
words.
No, but we're talking about the title. We can talk about the title. It's not considered copyright.
You can. I think what you said. You
Yeah,
can do like
basically,
a
so
few
long-
sentences.
So long as we don't
It's about
sing
3
the title,
seconds.
we should be fine.
It's about three seconds. If you sing past
Is
that,
it 3?
yeah, it's 3 seconds.
Oh, God damn.
And I think it's like that for movies. I'm not sure. Like you can show 3 seconds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You still have to cite the movie though.
Yeah. You have to cite the movie. So segueing to movies, I saw a really weird article the other day
Yeah.
What?
segueing to movies.
No, but like, what's the
Yeah.
article?
Oh. I was like, what are you wanting?
This is going swimmingly
That's the
thus
title
far.
of the episode. What are you wanting? Because that is the best. That's the best sentence I've ever said. But I saw a really weird article about the new Joker movie that I went okay at. Like I was like, okay. It was saying it was saying how the Joker is toxic, and I'm like,
What?
well,
I
yes,
mean,
that's his whole
yeah,
character.
he's a villain.
That's his character.
What else is new? Like, seriously.
Are they referring to him as like as in how he treats other people? 'Cause,
Yes,
like, that's,
and like his personality, like he's a toxic human being.
Well, he's
In
a
other
man,
news-
so
And
yeah,
it's like,
that's the
White
point of
is
him.
white. In other news, water is wet.
No. But in this article, I was also thinking back to like when the Suicide Squad movie came out. There were so many people that would like share the images of Harley and the Joker and be like squad goals or like couple goals. It's like
What?
yes.
actually.
My mother idolizes those two, and I'm like,
Oh,
this is why you
God.
have so many bad relationships.
Well, here's the thing: is
But it's like they're good
currently
characters.
in the comics, or at least depending on like a lot of the long-running comics right now, Harley Quinn split off from Joker and is hooking up with Poison Ivy. Because actually,
Yeah.
Good on
I
her.
don't know if anyone has seen the leaked Birds of Prey trailer. But
No.
it's a trailer that's being shown directly before it chapter 2 because it starts off with the Warner Brothers logo and all the balloons running up the screen, and then Harley Quinn comes out, smashes the balloon. She goes, "I'm so fucking sick of clowns."
yeah, that's,
Devin,
that is
Good
pretty.
on
I
great.
need to know what you think of this trailer because that was the topic.
The Birds of Prey trailer.
Yeah,
I mean, it was literally like a couple flashes of some stuff happening. I don't really have
I know,
much.
but like, I don't like
Well-
how Harley looks. Harley looks like a bad porn parody.
I mean, she looked
Didn't
like
she
that
from the get-go?
Yeah, I'm like that's how
She's-
she looked like in Suicide Squad as well.
Wearing tights.
It's no, it's like something with her face. Like,
No,
I
I
don't know
mean,
what
like,
it is.
from the beginning of time. She wears
Yeah.
skin tight red and black.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of this after we're done the podcast.
Isn't it?
Maybe
Because
Google.
they definitely have a different look from all the other things from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I
It's
mean,
something with her face. I don't know what it is. Like,
her face looked pretty much the same as it did in Suicide Squad. So
Is it
maybe.
the same actress?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it
still
the same-
Margot Robbie.
Okay.
which I love Margot Robbie.
Oh, Margot
She's
Robbie's
great.
perfect for Harley Quinn. So
She is.
you'll hear no complaints from me about that.
I do wish that they would do some variation of like the actual Harley Quinn, like when she was actually a Harley Quinn.
They did put her in that suit briefly in Suicide Squad. It was like a blinking.
they?
Yeah, because
I
they
didn't
do
see
a
that.
really brief flashback to her, and she's dancing with Joker. And I think they're actually kind of recreating one of the famous comic book covers,
Yeah.
where they're dancing together. He's in the tuxedo, she's in the classic Harley Quinn outfit.
I remember that, but I don't remember her being in
It
like.
was really, really brief, but she was in.
And that movie was pretty bad.
Yes, it was.
I have
But,
a topic that is very, very close
no.
to my heart.
Yes.
No, 1 sec.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want if people out there, you guys want real couple squad goals, the greatest one is still Gomez and Morticia.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
There
I
is
can beat
n-
that, but you guys will hate me.
There is no better couple that actually loves each other and
What is it?
functions as a family
What is
than
it?
those
You guys are
two.
gonna hate me.
I'm gonna
What is
throw
it?
You guys are gonna hate
Jason. I
me.
will
What
throw
is
things
it?
at you.
Answer the
It
question,
better
you
not be
coward.
Anakin and Padme.
No, it's a real couple.
What is it?
Ew.
JC and Beyonce.
Oh,
No, get out of here.
Really?
No.
There were
Anyway.
billions.
Anyways,
Han, you have a topic.
on the
Anyway.
topic that's close to my heart, and I'm sure close to Devin's as well.
Yes.
So there is the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, the TV show that came out last week,
Yeah, about August 30th.
August 30th. So for anyone who doesn't know, which they might not, they might. So it's the prequel series to an 80s film called The Dark Crystal, which was created by the Jim Henson Creature Company. I think.
Yeah.
Puppet Company. And so that was created in the 80s. It was amazing.
The original one was created by Jim Henson, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what I
Yep.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that was created in the 80s. It's kind of freaky to young children, so I can imagine if like
Oh,
you
it's
still
terrifying as
It
shit.
is targeted at children,
It
though.
is
terrifying
yes.
to
I mean,
adults.
there's lots of kids movies that are targeted towards kids that are terrifying,
But this one's kind of
well,
The
'cause
Grinch
it has
special.
puppets and stuff. So yeah, so there's the Dark Crystal, and then so this TV show that has come out on Netflix. It's called Age of Resistance, and it's a prequel to the Dark Crystal film. I'm not sure how like far in advance it is though. Like
Yeah, I have no idea because there are characters in this new show that show up in the Dark Crystal.
yeah.
So
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to remind you, if you go to Dark Crystal lore, a lot of those characters live for thousands of
that's
years.
true
Oh, that
because
is true,
one of the
yeah.
main plot points is about the Skeksis wanting to be immortal. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's gonna
makes
be.
sense.
I bet you it's a few thousand years, or at
Probably,
least
yeah.
hundreds.
So okay, without giving any spoilers, because Kira has not seen it either. I give it like 11 out of 10 stars.
Yeah,
Like,
same as me.
It is it still uses
11 out of
puppets.
10.
Yes, because it's amazing.
Is that allowed?
Yes, it is allowed.
It is now.
It still uses puppets, but in a really cool way because they are controlled via Wii remotes. And obviously, like, the cinematography is a lot better than the 80s, but it's also absolutely beautiful. There are several scenes where you're kind of just sitting there and you're like, oh my god, this is fantastic. And then the soundtrack is, again, absolutely gorgeous. Even if you if you haven't seen the first like the movie, then you could still just watch this because like
100%.
it actually goes way deeper into the world and the characters than the movie does. So it'll actually like if you watch this and then the movie, it'll actually help you understand the movie more.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing series. It only has the first season, and like I'm sure that the second season will come out because. Like, again, rave reviews by critics and fans alike.
Because granted, I have one episode to go for it. I think so do you.
Yeah, there's about 10 episodes in total.
I don't
and
technically know how it ends.
Yeah.
So it might just be the one show because I just know it's incredibly
I've
expensive.
kind of
but
seen some scenes from
And
last, so I know how
where
it is.
can the people watch this?
On Netflix.
It's a Netflix original.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Not gonna lie, I was extremely confused when you mentioned they were controlled by Wii remotes for a second. I was like,
yeah.
so in the
same.
show they're controlling each other by Wii remotes?
Can you just
Like,
imagine
it's
all
all-
the Skeksis with all the like the Wii remotes? Just
I do have a question about
Yes,
the show.
yeah.
You said the sound design and the music is great.
Yeah.
What's that like? Can you speak further to that? Like is it like 80s nostalgia?
Oh
thing?
God, no! It's more like I don't know. It's just like kind of fantasy.
well, in
sounding.
terms of just like the effort put into like the music and the
Yeah.
sound design, it's very much it's like Game of Thrones level like
Okay.
production design.
Okay.
It is
So like symphonies, like
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
symphonies. Okay.
no, like there
It's
are
symphonies.
scenes where I kind of just like watching it. I was like sitting back and I was just in awe of
Yeah.
the beauty of both the cinematography and the soundtrack. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and like you can tell that they like. Well, first of all, too, it is still by the Jim Henson Creature Company.
Yeah.
It's his children that have taken it over as well.
And the baby from Labyrinth.
Wait,
What?
actually,
Yeah, the baby from Labyrinth is one of like the lead animators on it.
I love it
Hashtag
already.
I did not
Devon
know
Fest.
that.
So it sounds like a real passion project for them.
Yeah, because apparently when they were originally gonna make, I know there'd been rumors about like a prequel series for the Dark Crystal for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Because I think originally when the movie came out, it didn't do very well, but it kind of gained a
did
cult.
all
No,
right.
no, it's not. It's a cult classic. It did horribly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it did okay, but I mean, like even Jim Henson, like with the original film, he wasn't very happy because he wasn't given, like he wasn't able to go into like really the scope of the world. He was made to like tune it down, and so like
Yeah.
and he always wanted to do like a TV series, I think, for it. So it's kind of sad that like so long after his death, it's finally come around. But yeah, his children are the ones who have I think created the series.
Yeah.
And then. Also, the cast
The voice cast is amazing.
Amazing. There is Jason Isaacs from like most known from Harry
There's
Potter.
like 3 or 4 people from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
in
there
this,
is
and,
Lena
like,
Headey from Game of Thrones. There's Simon Pegg, Andy
Mark
Wow, Simon
Samberg,
Pegg.
Mark
yeah.
Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Peg's good. Be quiet.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes, Helen Bonham Carter.
Alicia Vikander from Ex Machina.
There's also
briefly.
Natalie. I'm not sure how to say her last name.
Natalie Dormer?
No, Natalie. Natalie Dormer. Yes.
Oh, Emmanuel.
Yes, I mean, they're both from Game of Thrones as well. And Natalie Dormer is actually from Mass Effect as well.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, but like this, it's an absolutely amazing cast and beautiful cinematography, beautiful soundtrack. If you haven't seen the original film and stuff,
That's okay,
Like
honestly.
it is, but I mean, if it can be kind of creepy for people who don't like.
I wouldn't show it to super young kids.
No.
I wouldn't show
will
it to
say-
people
As in,
afraid of
show it to
puppets
super
either.
young kids.
I
That's
will,
what
I
we're
will
trying
say
to
so. The TV show has a rating of PG. I'm just gonna say that.
It earns that rating.
It definitely does. There's kind of some.
There's some crazy shit going
Yeah,
on.
I mean, it wouldn't it scare really. I mean, it's kind of creepy. It would maybe even scare like adults. So I mean, like the movie
Can't
scared
testify,
adults.
It will scare adults.
It will. So
Well,
I mean,
you get
this
scared by everything, Trevor.
That's not true. I'm not. I don't get scared by everything. I cry over everything.
He
That's
does.
the thing.
He's got big old man tears. I
Yeah.
did find an interesting fact about the old puppetry
Yeah.
with the silkies,
Skeksis?
Skeksis.
Yes. Texas.
I'm having trouble today. It's a
Yeah.
bad day for me.
Okay.
Skeksis.
Yeah.
There was the big humps on the back. If you look at their puppetry,
Yeah.
is because they had to be controlled from the inside, and no one could really see out.
Oh.
So it was a big man or a big person inside of this giant puppet who couldn't really see,
Yeah.
controlling a puppet.
Yeah. That's funny.
Also, apparently, when they were originally planning to do this series, they were going to do it, I think, as like a CG animated show or something. But then,
Boo.
I think the Jim Henson Company they were still going to be involved, but like it wasn't going to. They weren't going to use puppets because that would have been super expensive. But then they decided, like, let's just go all out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Why
basically
not?
the result of like people pushing a bunch of money into a huge passion project that actually pans out.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I mean, when you do something well and put a lot of resources into it, generally it turns out amazing.
yeah.
I mean.
I mean,
That's why I said generally.
it turned. Okay. I thought you meant it's greatly received, but you said.
No, like,
I
the
misunderstood
production
that,
is
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
Well.
So yeah, like I'm just gonna finish off by saying, like, again, it can be creepy to lots of people. So this isn't like okay. I'm gonna say, like, if you've seen Pan's Labyrinth and you're okay with that, watch this. If that scared you, because I have never seen Labyrinth, but if you've like seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Sorry, are we talking about Labyrinth or
Pan's Labyrinth. I've never seen the film Labyrinth, so I can't say to that.
Oh.
But like,
Pan's Labyrinth. I would say Pan's Labyrinth is scarier than the original
Yeah.
Dark Crystal.
Well, because
Oh, well, there
Pan's
you go.
Labyrinth is meant for adults.
Yeah,
So.
the teen film, like it's
that was not a
Oh,
teen
that's
film.
not a teen movie. That movie's
No.
flat out rated R.
That's a rated R movie.
Pan's Labyrinth was
was a
not.
rated
I
R
saw it when I was quite young. That's not.
Pan's Labyrinth? Oh, that movie's. There's no way that movie got away with like that dude getting like his face
That
caved in
was
with a
definitely.
bottle.
Are you gonna look it up, Kira? Like it's
Yeah,
it's not
I'm-
rated
I'm
R.
looking at it.
I 100% know that because I saw that when I was like 13, 12 or something.
Yeah, that's when it came out.
Okay. Well, while she looks up
Rated
that,
R.
It's rated R. We
Yep.
got it. Up
Okay,
here.
it was
Is it
rated
actually?
It
R.
is actually
Yep, it
rated
is
R.
100%. I was thinking, yeah, that movie was way too violent to be PG-13.
I had to get mom to buy me
Where are you
tickets into
seeing
that
rated
movie.
R?
I know it's rated R. I hadn't gotten boobs yet, so I couldn't do it myself.
Oh.
Wait, which boobs?
Okay, I would not
Real
rate
boobs,
Pan's
not
Labyrinth as
Actual
R.
boobs.
Really?
Actual
Yeah.
Oh
boobs.
man,
Person-
watch
No,
it
I
again.
mean, like,
It's,
PG-13.
there's some real
Dude.
violence.
Oh, I know
Wait.
there is. I
Rest
still
in
rated
peace,
like
boobs.
PG-13.
By the way, we miss you. Please come back.
No, man. I hadn't gotten. I don't want to know
Alright.
what that is.
But anyways,
but
Yeah.
yeah.
So amazing TV series and film. Watch. I'd say watch the like TV show first before you see the movie. That's just
Yeah.
me.
So basically, what I'm gathering from all this is it's a terrible series and nobody should see it.
Okay,
Yes, do not watch
don't
it.
don't be a sissy like Trevor. Just watch the first episode. If it doesn't creep you out, keep going. If it
Yeah.
creeps you out, go cry in a corner somewhere. I don't know.
Basically, yes. But
I'll
11
join
out
you,
of 10
don't worry.
stars.
I did read something interesting though, piggybacking off of that.
Mm-hmm.
I did read that now Netflix is gonna start doing weekly releases for their shows.
Okay.
Which
Oh.
I thought was interesting because their whole mantra was let's binge it. Like
Yeah.
just watch it in
I
one
know,
day.
but yeah, but if you do binge it, then it's like, okay, so after you've done, which is maybe take a
Yeah.
few days to a week, it's like, okay, well, the second season now. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
it
it's
takes
like-
kind of
It's just over so fast and they
Yeah.
can't keep up with the
Yeah. And
production.
And also, there's not really any anticipation then, because that was something I noticed. Like, because I remember binging the new season of Stranger Things. I don't really ever do this, but I binged that season in a day,
yeah.
and I realized, oh shit, I'm gonna have to wait another year and a half or so for the next season. And of
Yeah.
course, the way that season ends, it's like versus something like the
of
last
Thrones.
season of Game of Thrones, where it was like coming out, weekly.
It was almost like 2 months.
Yeah, it was almost like 2 months, and that was like a shorter season. So it was just after each episode there'd be like kind of calm down from the high of the last episode, and then going into the anticipation for the next. So I do actually kind of like that.
I do think it's interesting that coming after the announcement of a bunch of streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
Like I this obviously wasn't always in the plan for Netflix, so I
Yeah.
thought it was interesting.
I think this is also kind of like with more people not having cable anymore, and like rather than people just straight up binging an entire season in like a weekend or a day or something, like they kind of want to match what cable was doing, is like release a TV show, like release an episode every week, so that like people are canceling their cable, so more people will go on Netflix, and you'll have the same experience without having the additional costs.
I mean, the cost is getting there.
It is getting up there.
Yeah, but it's not
The cost is getting there.
Crave TV is pretty pricey.
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah,
as bad
I
as
have
having just
Crave, and
regular
it, like,
cable.
blocks
No,
out
it's
all that
definitely
shit.
not.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as having regular cable.
I
I'd rather-
have Crave right now, and it's so dumb because it like blocks out certain shit. Like you gotta pay for the $10.
Yeah.
And then you can add on like HBO and this
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
and I'm like, I only have it for South Park, so like I don't really watch anything else.
I mean,
on there.
like that's smarter, but like with cable, like if you only want to watch like I don't know 3 or 4 channels, you still have to have like 5 other channels
Yeah.
that you will not use.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's our thing. Like we have so many sports that we do not watch, but
Yeah,
that's just
tons of
part of the
sports
package.
channels and
Like
shit
what?
like that. We get like 5 different channels for football,
What about cricket?
5 different ones for like soccer and baseball.
Do you guys have cricket?
Yeah, probably. It's probably in there.
Because apparently that sport lasts days.
Does not
Yeah.
last days, but
Actually,
it is
we
long.
looked this up at school, and it lasts days. The longest match was like 5 days, I think,
It's like
Like-
Quidditch.
and they just stopped. But
That
I
won't
believe,
stop until the
segueing
switch
to
has been
Trevor,
dropped.
I believe you have something.
Yes. So, for if we have any listeners in San Francisco, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a really low dip in listeners in that region at the moment, because one of my favorite bands of all time, Metallica, it is their 20th anniversary of the S&M album that they came out with.
Sorry, what now?
S&M.
S&M. It
Okay.
stands for Symphony and Metallica. So 20 years ago.
I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if it stands for that, man.
Well, let me learn you some history here. So, 20 years ago.
Are we sure it's not referring to a different kind of S&M?
No, it is not. It definitely is not.
I'm pretty sure it is, man.
No.
I mean, it's Metallica.
Fuck
so.
everybody.
The lady doth protest.
Whatever. So.
For who the whip tolls.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Let
So-
the man finish.
20 years
No.
ago.
That's the whole point.
20 years ago, legit today.
Exactly today.
Exactly today.
So,
The
4 days
concert
ago.
is today.
So
and-
like 5 days ago.
Whatever. Yeah. So
5 days ago.
today, Friday, the September the 6th. Today, 20 years ago, Metallica teamed up with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra, and they did a typical like 45-minute to an hour set, but it sounded phenomenal. And everybody just lost all of their shit. It's still wildly talked about like to this day. And as soon as they announced that they were doing this, like
Why'd you go?
about a month ago, I wanted to. I desperately wanted to, but you know, rent's expensive as shit, and
We
you
can take out a
know,
loan.
money sucks. So
can take
I
out a
couldn't
loan.
afford to it. But
Loan
and
sharks.
I extremely hate them for this. 2 members in my band Death Preacher, links will be down in the description below,
Not anymore.
are currently down in San Francisco to check out this show. So Brad and Michael, if you're listening, I hate you both, but I love you at the same time. I need to
Shout
know
out.
all about it when you get back.
Shout out.
That was my piece. I'm done now.
Cool. I have a topic actually.
Let's do it, Devin.
So coming back to movies, I just saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ooh.
And I loved it. That was fantastic.
All right, it's on my list.
But because like you're not a big Tarantino fan though.
I know, but that looks really good.
Okay. So my question, and not going, I don't want to go into spoilers or anything because
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
yeah, because I have a question to you guys based off of kind of what I saw in that movie versus also what Tarantino's done in some of his other movies, but it's gotten some flack from people over how it's portrayed some of its more kind of real world events.
I think we talked about this.
A little bit because like
so.
some people were talking about how it presented Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that. Plus also stuff that happens towards the end, which I won't get into, which hasn't really drawn criticism, but it's just basically there comes a point in that movie where you think it's going to do one thing because that's what actually happened, and they do something different.
Yeah.
Similar in a way to basically them killing Hitler in Inglourious Bastards.
Okay.
They do kind of this. It's the same concept here at the end. Not exactly the same, but whatever. My question to you guys is, in regards to films and historical accuracy, at what point do you think films to how much of an extent do you guys feel do films need to accurately represent what past people, events, and stuff were actually like, versus taking historical license and just doing your own thing?
I think you have to pick a side. So like I'm gonna give an example. I loved Wolfenstein's like world and how they went crazy with the alternative history.
Yeah.
At the same time, I hated the newest Battlefield game because it felt like it had 1 foot out of the door and 1 foot inside of the door. So it would do some alternative history, but it would play it safe with what it had in history. I like it when you either choose one or the other. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't like choose to kill Hitler, but then everything stays the same. Or like I don't know how to explain it, but like you have to pick a side, like and make it interesting. Like like just go crazy with it. Like there's a show on Amazon I really want to watch. I still haven't watched it yet. But it's where like the Nazis like took over and it's
that's filmed here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to watch that. I just haven't watched it.
Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
That's basically a TV show off of the concept of Wolfenstein. Basically.
Oh really? Yeah.
It's what if the Nazis won World War II.
That's what I heard of. But yeah, like I actually really like alternative history, but I like when they go crazy with it.
Yeah. Anyone else have any?
I say if you're gonna do that, you gotta just blow everything out of proportion, or you stick straight to history. Don't take little bits and pieces.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my thing.
I mean, I'm kind of personally, I just, as long as it's not like disrespectful to those, like to some memories, like if it's not like, if you're gonna go realistic with history but like twist it a little bit, at least like make it so that the person, I don't know, isn't like wildly out of character for themselves.
Yeah.
Like just be, I don't know, just be respectful. Doesn't have to be like nice about it. Like if it was a bad person, it was a bad person. But at least be respectful to who they were.
Like Inglourious Bastards, totally disrespecting every Nazi. Like go
exactly.
For that.
Well,
it's funny that was a
because
good take on it.
Well, exactly, because and again, not to go into spoilers or anything, but I think it's in the trailer that basically Once Upon a Time in Hollywood deals partially with the Manson cult.
Yeah.
And going through the movie, it seemed to me that Tarantino was working out a lot of anger towards the Manson cult, just how they're portrayed, what they're like, and stuff like that. It's just, to me, it's very, it's to me, it's like if you were writing a character and you were basing that character off of somebody you really disliked, so you purposely portray them as like a terrible human being. And the thing is, since it's the Manson cult,
question,
go ahead.
I don't know who the Manson cult is.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I seriously
so part of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood deals with, because Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate, and she was an actress back in that time period that was murdered by the Manson cult.
Have you never heard of Charles Manson?
Oh yeah,
Manson. That's the Manson cult.
That was the Manson cult. That was the cult he kind of ruled out, and it wasn't him, but it was 3 or so of his cult members basically murdered Sharon Tate.
Is that like the Kool-Aid shit? Like,
no, that's
a
Jim
different cult.
Jones with the
Kool-Aid.
Okay,
yeah.
Similar type of guy in terms of I think is he still alive, Charles Manson? He's in prison.
No, he's not.
He's not. I think he died 2017.
But yeah, basically he kind of created a cult that at first kind of seemed really kind of like hippie-ish and like free, but also turns out it was also very much based in like Satanism and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it was kind of it was an event, like Sharon Tate's murder was kind of like an event that happened that just kind of shook everyone, because like shit like that hadn't really happened before.
He was also apparently, according to the Wikipedia anyways, he was plotting to start a race war.
Yeah, I think he even actually, going back to the Inglourious Bastards, he actually carved a little swastika into his head.
Really?
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
It's I think it's a tattoo actually.
So yeah, the movie deals a little bit with that, but that's not like the focus of the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay. That's interesting enough.
Yeah.
Kira, do you have any topic, or should I go back to one of mine?
I
She's
have
got lots.
topics, but do we actually want to talk about them?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's you're a part of this podcast, so yes,
Yeah.
we want to hear your voice.
Talk about Pippi Longstocking.
Guess he really wants me to talk about Fifi
Yeah,
Longstockings.
no, talk about your topics. I don't.
No, that is one of the
Okay,
topics.
well, there you go. All right,
that is
sure.
there.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Oh,
No, I'm really sorry. I meant to ask Devin a question about
Uh-huh.
about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm really sorry. Where would you rate this movie in Tarantino movies? Because it doesn't look like a very Tarantino movie.
It's honestly,
I'm really sorry.
out of all of his movies, yeah, I'll make this quick to get back to Kara, but honestly, out of all of his movies, this was the one that to me was the most restrained. It only gets kind of hyper. He only
It
really
only gets Tarantino.
yeah. It only really pulls its kind of hyper violent aspects at the very end.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
And when it does, it's amazing. But yeah,
Where do you rank it?
I would rank it pretty high.
Okay.
Because I think my favorite Tarantino film's Inglourious Bastards, so I would put this maybe it'd be
Really?
Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction, and
Dust Dawn.
Kill Bill, Once
Oh.
Upon a Time in Mexico.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
no,
Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
No, because that's another movie that Robert Rodriguez did, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I would
What,
put,
quick
like, third or
question.
fourth.
Kill Bill is Tarantino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like one of his most
It's
famous
like
movies.
super
Because
Tarantino.
I love Kill Bill, but I didn't know that was Tarantino.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the fucking second Kill Bill movie.
Anyways,
All right, whatever.
Because it mischaracterizes Superman that
Back
one
to
scene.
Kira, you fool.
Kira.
No,
Pippi Longstocking.
Sorry. I love you, baby.
Uh-huh.
Damn, she's so
Uh-huh.
done with me.
I am.
I mean, you did interrupt her.
Every episode.
I did apologize like 100
You're
times.
still interrupting.
Every
I'm
episode.
defending myself.
You're still
Every episode.
interrupting.
You are too.
Let the woman speak.
She's playing with her phone.
I was actually looking up a correction.
Okay.
Because I was actually trying to find the movie that I had
Go on.
that had started this Pippi Longstocking journey, and I cannot find it.
Tell you to go.
That was part of it. So I had a really odd realization of a childhood classic of Pippi Longstockings.
Oh my god.
Because as we all saw when the song was played before the podcast, we all sang and kind of danced.
Yeah.
Well, I danced anyway. So I went
No,
on
Jason,
a binge.
I will not take her mic out.
Damn. Whistleblower Trevor over here. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
apologize, Kira.
closer than you to those cables, man.
It's Trevor's mixer. Anyways, go on.
I apologize for the both of us. Continue.
So I was looking because of this and something else I was doing at the time. I looked up a bunch of Pippi Longstockings facts and watched the cartoon that I could find the episodes for anyway.
Awesome.
It was pretty great. I forgot how great Horse was. Horse is the best character.
there is a point.
There's a point to this.
Yes.
So while looking up some random facts, I did find Horse's real name, which is
Wait, horse?
Horse.
Horse.
His name.
Yeah.
He's in the show. He's just Horse.
This is very in line with you.
Okay, he's just thinking of Barnabas now. He's dirty boy. He thinks of
I mean-
Barnabas more than I do.
I mean,
I mean, do I?
Yes. I mentioned a horse, and you bring up Barnabas.
technically he didn't bring it up.
He,
You're the one who technically
Thank you,
said the
Chrissy.
name.
Thank you.
I said the name, but he thought it. I'm trying to find out where I wrote the horse's name down.
Leela Gubin.
Thank you. That's the horse's real
Wow.
name. It means little old man. It's fantastic. But I also found out, which terrified me, the actual title, which was never translated into English, of her father. Lord of the Cannibals of the South Island. That's her father's title.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I was in shock.
I mean, I knew that Pippi Longstocking's, I guess, parents or dad or whatever were like,
Her
Of
dad,
nobility?
her dad was a pirate.
oh, not nobility then. Never mind.
No, her dad is a full-on
I
pirate.
heard somewhere that like her parents are of nobility. That's why they were.
Yeah,
like,
he's
they're-
a lord of the cannibals.
Well, I guess he's a nobility pirate.
This is Pippi Longstocking?
which one? Where I mainly watched the cartoon. I know
Yeah.
there's a bunch
I'm
of.
looking at the live action. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's-
I've seen
There's a
this
live
movie, and I
action?
hate this movie.
There's a live action. for
There's
the
like
Lost Boys?
four.
There was,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
There's like 3 movies and a live
the
action
hell?
TV show.
I-
I saw this movie when. Wait, what?
Does
She
Scarlett
looks like
Johansson
Shrek.
play
Don't
Pippi
you
Longstocking?
disrespect Shrek like that.
I'm not-
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Jason, that meme's been dead for a while.
No, it's not, Devin. I still see Shrek memes. Actually, I saw a Shrek and B movie fusion.
Oh no! I'm talking about just Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Oh yeah,
life
100%.
It's
Shrek.
an
will
Anyway.
never die.
Okay, does Kira still have more things to say?
But yeah, that I was mildly shocked.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right.
This big fat man from the cartoons that crushed a bed. He's Lord of the Cannibals.
Nom nom.
Nom nom nom. I wonder what he's been
That's
eating.
like do you guys know Road to El Dorado, the animated movie?
Yes.
Did you guys know in the original draft, and I'm taking this with a grain of salt. 'cause
Nope,
I
this
just
is
heard
this is real. It's the armadillo.
No, it's
Oh.
the Miguel and Tulio thing.
Yeah, well, that was also.
Apparently, in like the original draft, Miguel and Tulio were supposed to be lovers,
That makes a lot of sense.
which makes way too much
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it does.
I think
They're
that's
also what happens when when 2 bars get like natural 1s and natural 20s all the time.
Yep. There's only extreme highs and extreme lows. But
Mood.
yeah, the armadillo though is a real one.
What about the
You
armadillo?
don't know about the in Road to El Dorado? There's an armadillo.
Yeah, because they
You
use it as
remem-
a
yeah.
soccer ball.
But if you look at it in key points, he's actually the god. The armadillo is the actual god.
What?
It's in the storyboard still. Like when they lift it up and show him, the volcano goes off when he's in danger, and when he's safe again, the volcano stops.
Oh.
The armadillo is the actual god, and
That's
that is in the
interesting.
actual original storyboard.
Oh my
You
god.
can still find it.
I'm gonna have to
Wow.
rewatch this movie.
You
Yeah.
just watch the armadillo bits and watch the background.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
you
just
gotta
want to rewatch the movie
It's a great
regardless.
movie.
The
But
songs are
It's
great.
tough to be a god.
Hey,
on a
copyright.
trail we
Cop-
blaze.
copyrights.
Yeah, Trevor, shut the fuck
sorry, I
up. Stop
couldn't
singing.
help
We know you went to singing school.
I couldn't help it.
Oh, speaking of El Dorado, I just want to mention one thing that's very funny because this is so not PG, but the scene where like the guy with the black hair is in the room with the girl.
Oh, when they're totally
Shell.
fucking.
Oh, they
Shell.
are? No, like because like
They're
and then
totally
he's
fucking.
laying
All of a
down.
sudden, he
and so
pops up, and
he-
the
he
hair's
pops-
all disheveled.
Yeah, he pops up, but then she pops up, and she's not near his head whatsoever.
Oh yeah. And did you happen to catch when she pops up, she wipes away her mouth too?
What?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I don't know any of
Okay.
any of this.
Oh
that you guys
yeah.
are talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
Okay, well, for one of the times when you watch a movie, we need to see Road to El Dorado.
Oh, 100%.
Do we?
Yes.
It's a good
Yes,
movie.
That is
Yes,
no
Jason.
question.
It's a really
I'm
good movie.
asking.
No, you don't get a vote this time.
If you haven't
I
seen
never
it, you
get a
should-
vote.
Because you hate everything. That's why.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I,
you
I-
do.
I just hate Star Wars.
And this and that and everything.
That's
I,
not our cue.
I love a lot of things. Just no one loves the things I like.
Because you're a hipster.
Okay, do you have any more topics, Kira?
I do. Do we want to talk about more of my topics?
Sure.
Yeah. What else you
That's why I
got?
asked.
I've got. You guys heard most of my what happened today to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that?
If you want to.
Do we want to talk about my my suffering,
Pick a topic.
Your mold.
my mold?
Kira's dying from mold.
Mold.
Pick a topic.
No, I
I
will
don't want to
not.
hear you like list off the topic.
No, because I never get to read them, so I'm going to talk about all of them at once.
Go right ahead.
So I'll talk about my horrible adventure, just because that's such an interesting adventure. So
You
My-
know this is becoming a weekly thing, right?
yeah, I do a lot of really stupid shit in my life.
Yeah.
Ready for her.
Why,
Fine.
Kira? Why?
We're gonna have to create like
Kira's adventures.
right.
Fine, I won't talk about my adventure.
Kira gets into a lot of trouble.
What's Kira up to now?
Yeah, I get a lot of I do a lot of stupid shit in my life.
All right, so now here's the segment for Kira's adventures. What you get up to this time?
I found some black mold in my house.
Ooh,
Correction, you found a lot of
I
black mold
found
in your house.
about 3 square feet of black mold
Ooh, that's bad.
What the what?
behind my bookshelf. I also lost several books and the bookshelf itself.
What books?
I just straight up demolished that wall.
And that wall actually
yeah.
got entirely cut out.
So
Yeah.
it's the darkening.
It got
Are you sure it's all the way gone though? Because I had that happen to me. I took out the wall and.
Did you take
mold
out the
fell down.
insulation? So I had an actual professional do it.
Oh,
I ain't fucking with that shit.
like I thought you just did it because like that happens a lot. Where
No,
like you'll
because
just be
she's
like, I'll
already
do it.
dying.
I'm already dying. It was
No, you
literally
do that a lot though. Like,
okay. It's because I actually have licensings to do construction.
yeah.
I have those, but no, I literally
clearly dealing with mold is not one of them.
yeah
though.
mold. I don't deal with mold just because.
Then again, it's good like to get somebody else to do it. Plus, if
Yeah,
they
that's
miss
what I do.
anything, you got somebody to blame.
Yeah.
Okay, and on with the story now.
Yeah, so we took out a lot of the drywall and all of the inside. So essentially the hose to the outside of my house is right outside my window and right behind my wall, along with the water main. So I was talking with the guy as he was fixing it because he comes to my house quite often because things break a lot in my house.
So the wall wasn't very dry then.
No, it had leaked through the insulation and molded my wall. There's a picture. I'll send it to Jason so he can put it in the thumbnail. It's
That
nasty.
okay? Mold is not the thumbnail.
Why not?
No, please make mold the thumbnail.
And
Make mold the
and
thumbnail.
my brother had a great idea.
Just give it
for a
googly
thumbnail,
eyes.
but-
Give it
Okay,
Google
we'll let her
eyes.
finish the story and
Yeah.
then we can
No,
talk
no,
about that.
no,
Okay,
not saying.
and Kira,
This is why I don't talk very often.
The podcast
because the man
talking.
interrupt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what had happened is when this pipe had been replaced before, it gets replaced once a year because people don't know how to not drive into it. This is why it broke.
Okay.
They had put faulty clasps on it, so I don't know if anyone knows what this is.
Oh,
So when you
no.
cut the pipe open, you get like little brass clasps, and they squish
Yeah.
the pipe. They put the hand cranked ones on that aren't great,
Oh shit.
and it had just loosened and started leaking in my wall. We found the old rings on the floor of the insulation. They weren't even on anymore. They had just fallen off. That guy, he laughed, asked how many times it had been done. I'm like, once a year for like 5 years. I move these bookshelves a lot, and this wall where the main is behind 2 bookshelves that are made of solid wood,
Oh good.
filled with books.
See, I got really worried because I thought it damaged some of your stuffies because I didn't know how far it went.
How dare you hurt my stuffies?
Jason,
That's
you
why I
got
was
worried.
really worried.
You got worried because you thought it might have damaged your stuffies.
No, my stuffies are
No,
across
like
that.
like it means a lot. Right?
They do.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right.
Because the closer you
understand
get
my
to
girl.
that
Don't
corner,
be so quick to judge.
No, I'm
Don't
saying
understand
Fuck with
her.
Kira's stuffies.
Don't fuck with my
versus
stuffed
your
animal.
girlfriend who could have health issues because of the mold.
Does currently have health issues.
I'm
Yes.
hacking up my lungs.
That's where
I
my
mean,
mind went.
I was worried because I didn't hear about the black mold when she told me this.
Yeah, I
Like I literally heard it on the way here about the black.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I didn't
see.
tell him it was mold right away.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I lost an entire series of books. I think it was 7 I had to throw out because the mold had seeped into the bookshelf and into the books itself.
Yep.
So
I know how that.
Rest in
feels.
peace, books.
you rest
That's
in peace.
saddest
The
thing
entire
ever.
series.
Of
It was what was it? It wasn't one that I was super attached to. It was The House of Night.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
it's a good
wait,
one to destroy.
wait! It's that bookshelf.
Yeah, that bookshelf.
I never read
so,
that series.
So do you still have the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
The top and the middle and top shelf were fine,
Oh, thank God.
as well as half of the bottom shelf.
What about the Zelda books I got you?
Those aren't on there.
Oh.
Those are in a.
Jason's okay.
Those are
It
somewhere
was
else.
expensive. It was like almost $200.
That was
Jesus,
It's
okay, yeah.
$200. Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah,
Man, I
House of
barely
Night
knew her
is
at the time. I
okay.
just knew she liked
Yeah,
Zelda.
but yeah, I would do that willingly.
I never even read House of Night.
They're
so.
not-
They
not
weren't
good.
great, but
The character's a hoe.
the character is a hoe.
So
I mean, if you think about it, the books went back to nature.
Yeah,
so
they're
question.
currently
Sure.
degrading.
so question: have you guys thought about moving this hose whatsoever? Like,
It's the
It's the water
main
main.
line.
You
You
can't,
can't.
move a hose.
I'm
Unless you plan on
asking.
moving
What's
the house
wrong with
around
you?
it.
I'm just
That's like the same. That's
I'm
the
pretty sure you
equivalent-
could.
That's the
No,
equivalent
be-
of asking, let's say, oh, I don't like where the house is. Let's move it to the left about 2 inches.
You could.
Why
I think
not?
you could do that more.
I
than
mean, you
could
can
do the
actually
hose.
move a house.
Yeah.
You can. You just can't
They-
pick it up and move it to the left 2 inches.
Yes, but,
But
there's
it's
a process.
time and money that I don't think you guys
Okay,
have.
I was ignorant. I was asking a question.
I was just pointing something
you-
out too.
Technically, you could, but because of the way my house is designed at the front and where the water main line is, I could move the faucet on the outside, but it would still be in my room.
So technically, I wasn't that stupid because I was talking about the faucet because I know they keep banging that.
Yeah, it's the faucet
yeah, but
they
it's
keep.
the pipes though.
This is the pipes. No, I have pipes on the other side too.
Shut your,
Danny boy.
It's
shut
just
your
the
lovely,
the-
beautiful mouth.
The pipes are calling.
Yeah, they keep
Only
running
if it's
into
always your
the
daddy.
faucet. It's not a fun process,
Must
and
not
I
be.
don't think anyone's going to replace my bookshelf either.
See, I know how you feel. Only when I had mold in my room because of a leak because I'm like right above my kitchen. The thing that
You
I
mean you're
got
below
damaged.
your kitchen?
What?
You mean
Below
you're
the
below the
kitchen.
kitchen?
No, I'm saying the kitchen is like above me.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
you're
you're
below,
below
the
the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah, but I was.
You said
said
you
you
were
were
above
above.
the kitchen.
No, I said the kitchen's above me.
Does it really matter? It's semantics.
I think I know what I
We
say.
have it recorded.
Okay,
you will
we
listen,
do.
You will listen to this later. You will realize
I
what
will.
you said.
Are they
Continue.
gonna
Okay, but
realize if
anyways,
you've ever actually-
so
finished
what
now?
got
Okay.
damaged with this mold was my Xbox like power cable, and I walked into EB Games the next day and asked them if I can buy a new one, and they're like, no, you kind of just have to buy a new Xbox, and I was like, what?
Oh, is it because of the power brick?
Yeah,
What-
Yeah,
what-
you're fucked, buddy.
What kind of Xbox is it?
like
Is it
an
a
Xbox
360?
One. No,
Oh.
Xbox One.
Yeah.
Would
So I
also
was
just
gonna
like to
say-
remind everyone that the conversation has like, crept away from Kira again.
Oh,
Weren't you finished with the story? I'm pretty sure you were.
Pretty sure you just jumped the gun again.
This is why I just.
We're gonna have to start
Yeah,
setting up a
Ki-
counter.
Kira
I mean,
For
was
this
every
is a
time
I
podcast.
should-
People interject and
I'm gonna
talk.
bring a.
like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
people
bring my
being you,
whiteboard. And I'm just
Jason.
gonna start
I'm
tallying.
not the only one that does
And I'm
it.
gonna do Jason.
You do it more often than
Trevor.
most.
I'm gonna write a list of names.
It's a
and I'm gonna
fucking
start
podcast.
tallying.
We talk. What?
Okay, back
You
to
talk.
Kira's story.
No, we'll let them finish, and I'll just wait.
No.
Again.
You finish your thing because
Yes.
you're almost done. I'm assuming. Maybe.
Yes.
Yes, you're almost done. Okay.
Yes.
Finish the thing.
So
You shut your face and
It's
you
a
finish.
podcast. You're
Shut your
supposed to
goddamn
talk.
mouth. No, not during this part. Drink your agua.
Don't say aqua.
I said agua. Anyways,
Okay, sure.
Kira,
So-
continue.
because of how replacing drywall works when it's sodding wet, is I've lost my bed with all of my books and the remaining bookshelf and my stuffed animals and a table that were all in front of that wall are on my bed. I've lost my bed for a week.
How about the mirror?
yeah.
Are you gonna lose the mirror?
The mirror's fine. The mirror has no mold on it.
So
Of course.
So what's
Fucking
going on
Christ.
with the whole sleeping situation?
So,
then? Or
um,
have you just refused to sleep for the next week?
She's sleeping at my house.
Hell no. I have to sleep on the couch.
Nice try.
I mean, why doesn't she sleep at your house?
I don't know.
No.
I have 2 spare rooms.
Yeah, there you go, Kira.
No.
She doesn't want to.
Oh,
She hates my house.
why?
My mom is lovely.
I love his mom. I'm okay with his brothers.
Oh
Okay.
no! My dad's gone for the weekend.
Maybe then. Dad's gone. I might.
Okay, so it's a
Having
daddy issue.
flashbacks.
Good to
It's
know.
a daddy issue.
Zaddy issue.
No, I have a fairly bad allergy to cats. Don't say anything. I know I have 6.
I don't have cats.
I mean, we have a cat too.
It's funny because that's
She
not
has
where my
6.
mind went.
Talk about pussy.
No, I'm okay as long as I don't sleep with them. Usually as long as they're not in my face when I sleep.
Shane Dawson.
So I now have to sleep in the living room
I'll explain.
with the cats.
And dogs.
And the dogs, I'm not allergic to the dogs. That's fine. I'm allergic to the cats. So for the next week, I will have swelled eyeballs.
If it
Nice.
makes you feel
And
any
black
better,
ones.
I'm
Swollen
allergic to cats
eyeballs.
too.
Do your eyeballs
Oh
swell
come
up?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distant high five.
Your eyeballs don't swell up.
Well,
I'm
no,
allergic
because
to
I've
everything
forced
I
the
work with.
allergy to go away by
I
adopting
mean, I'm pretty
a
much
cat.
allergic to anything.
It didn't work
By the way,
for me.
adopt your pets.
Yes.
Brought
Yeah.
to you by SBCA.
Don't get them from a breeder. Like,
Apparently not, especially if you want a
Why?
specific breed, but you're not allowed to go to a breeder.
yeah, no.
just
you're
pray
not
and
allowed
hope-
to
Just
go
get
to
her
a
on the
breeder.
black market
Pray
from,
and
from
hope
like a
that
scientist
that
tube.
specific breed happens to be at the
Just
shelter at that
Don't
time.
want a specific breed. Just fall in love with whatever animal you see.
Well, you
Actually,
should have
that's
mentioned that
false.
long ago.
Yes, it is.
Because some
Okay.
people with asthma can have certain breeds of cats, so they need specific breeds.
I know that's different. He has a breed of dog that he wants. He's not allergic to
I'm
dogs.
gonna pause you for 2 seconds.
Dogs are
Kira,
different
are you
than-
I am done.
Okay.
I am done. I was.
Continue.
Oh wow, we're talking on a podcast.
No, because
I was
okay.
making sure Kira was done with her story because
Before
she's
you,
constantly
her
interrupting.
boyfriend,
Yes.
interrupt
I'm
her
not the
again.
only one that interrupts her.
No, you just do it the most.
Jason,
That's
honestly,
false.
you do it a lot. Like we know
That's false.
we know you're very excited and you like to talk, but you do tend to interrupt people and like go on your little rant.
I'm bringing the whiteboard.
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
say. I
bringing
think
the
from now
whiteboard.
on, I'm just gonna
We'll
like,
have
hold up
proof
a finger.
eventually.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Anyways,
on a
this
podcast.
is an
That's
after
a great
podcast
idea.
discussion.
Um,
Let's continue.
Or just make Tyler do it.
Make boobs do it.
with the edit.
God. But
Anyways,
yeah.
continue.
Boobs
So-
No,
doesn't edit.
shut your face.
So
whatever.
Trev
Continue.
wants to adopt a dog in the future when we have enough room and own our own place. And like, I don't want to. He has a specific breed in mind, so he doesn't want to go to a shelter or anything.
What
He wants to go
breed?
to a breeder.
German Shepherd Bernese Cross.
See, but that's
You
a-
guys are
that's-
interrupting her.
No,
She asked.
Yeah, she asked.
She asked the question.
Question.
And I'm like, no, I just want to go to a shelter and like whatever animal speaks to me and I get along with and I love, like that's the one that I want to adopt. I don't want to like go to a specific breed. And what if you don't like any of the dogs that you see, but you do fall in love with like a collie or something? Like,
Well, I mean, there
No.
are particular breeds of dogs that you just really like. Like, I love golden
Yeah.
retrievers, so it's like I knew if I would ever get a dog, I'd love a golden retriever.
Yeah.
So,
It is important.
Thank you.
It
I don't
is-
know.
What
well,
about lemon?
There's lemon.
oh, there's lemon. I could never refuse lemon.
But yeah, like I don't want to go to a breeder and ask for a dog. I want to go to a shelter where a dog has been rescued off the streets or taken from an abusive family or whatever. That's what you always want to do, honestly, because so many shelters are so overrun. They don't have the room for animals, so you want to go to a shelter before you go to a breeder.
I mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but some of the dogs at the shelters need extra care, and not everyone can give that dog
Well,
extra
then-
care. And
that's just some of them. You don't choose the one that you don't pick a dog that you can't.
yeah, but you
care of.
you can't control that. Like, what if most of the dogs there that you like they need the extra care, but you're just not in the position.
There's,
Then if
there's
you
a
love
lot
them
of different
well-
shelters in a city.
also, if you love them well enough, then you'll put in that effort to put in that care.
exactly.
Some of
Yeah,
them it's medication.
but not everyone has that time. Like me, I go to school and I'm doing a part-time job. So like, if I were to like want a dog and I get a dog that needs extra care, like I wouldn't be able to take care of him.
Well,
and
if
he would
you
just
want
get
the dog,
neglected.
then you will take care of it.
This is
Yeah.
actually extremely relevant with like friends of ours who were stuck between deciding two cats.
Oh yeah.
One of them was 11 years old but had like a grocery list of problems. Like it had to be fed 3 times a day at very specific times. It had to have had very specific food. Otherwise, like it would get like
Digestive issues.
digestive issues or this, that, the other thing. It was between that cat and like a 4-month-old kitten. So like, and they like I've heard from both of them like it was a very tough decision between the two of them, but they chose the kitten
Yeah.
above it because
I mean, like,
I don't
so
know
you
why,
go to a
but-
shelter and like you choose an animal that you have a bond with. You don't force yourself to get some like an animal that you don't want. Like, there's no one forcing you to get that dog that has a lot of issues that you can't afford to keep and don't have the time or whatever. So just like you go to a shelter and you go at whatever animal speaks to you. You don't choose like I want that one, and even though it's going to cost me a lot of money and stuff, and I can't afford it, I'm going to get it because I don't like I won't be able to care for it. I'm still going to get it because I have to. It's not like that.
Yeah, but you also have to think though, dogs are a more complicated situation than cats because like depending on the breed of dog, like a lot of dogs are very different.
well, basically, so long as you
Yes.
don't get a purebred, you're fine.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Chrissy has been trying to say something for a couple minutes.
Oh,
Yes,
so
Chrissy,
we
I'm
actually
sorry.
noticed.
I noticed everything.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I was going to point out that while it, like, obviously, I understand, like, personally, I love pit bulls. I adore pit bulls, and I would
Yeah.
love, at some point, to be able to take care of a pit bull. That said, there are issues that come in when you do go for certain breeds. Because a lot of breeds have been, unfortunately, especially when you go into, like, the pedigree type, like, they wind up with, like, so many health issues.
They are
Because of the
yeah.
way they've been bred.
They are trying to fix some of
They
them.
are. But also just a side note, never get a pug.
No, that's one of the ones they're trying to fix.
Yeah, the retro pugs.
Yeah.
But you never get any, well, you don't really want a breed that has the squished nose because those poor things.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Anyways.
they got it rough enough as it is.
Look,
Yeah.
that was
Rough.
just,
Main thing is I want to go to a shelter. I don't want to go to a thing with a specific dog in mind and just choose specifically from that breed. I just want to go to a shelter and like choose whatever dog like that I bond with. That's what I want. And Trev wants to go to a specific breeder for a specific dog. So
Okay,
Well, I mean,
okay,
you want what you
I would
want.
just like to clarify.
Yeah, like you can't force someone to like not get like the dog. They
I
want.
know, but like, okay, I just want to clarify. Like, that's my ideal breed. That's what I
Okay.
would like that to
And we
happen.
can go-
I'm not denying that
Okay.
if we go to, because I'm
Mommy and Daddy
imagining
are
we're going
fighting
to.
again.
I imagine we're going
Stop
to a
interrupting.
number of different shelters for this dog potentially in the future.
yeah.
I'm not denying that, like, if among all of those shelters we happen to find one that we both like agree with and like it's all loving and everything, I'm also not denying that if one of those happens to be a German Shepherd or a Bernese
Okay.
cross
yeah.
at
that,
some
that,
point,
that is fine. But we did have.
I'm going to favor those ones.
Yeah, fine, but we did have a conversation. You wanted that specific breed, and so you wanted to go to a breeder to get it. I'm just like, no, you go to a shelter to choose whichever dog. Like,
See, and that's like
But I
the
wanna
other
point
point
this
of
out,
my mind
but-
as well. Is like I kind of want to just like go to a breeder that has Bernese German Shepherd cross like puppies just
Okay.
to look at them
All
and
right.
to see if like that's actually what I want, because basically all in all I just want a big fluffy dog.
I want a fluffy dog too.
I want to point out actually
Anyways,
there.
Chrissy,
Oh no, I was raising my hand so Kira could speak.
Stop
Oh,
interrupting.
okay.
her.
I mean, we were having a conversation, and they're the ones that were interrupting. So
No, I know, but I
wanna
saw
point-
Chrissy had her hand up
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like a kid in the classroom.
Students,
So.
students in the class here.
yes, Kira, you may speak.
I want to point out that shelters aren't always great because they are betting contests essentially.
yeah.
And
Oh, 100%.
there's times where as much as you try, you will not be getting the one because the shelter itself does not think you're right for an animal,
Oh, no.
period.
No, again,
Yeah.
like so.
I know because I'm supposedly not allowed to have
I
a
know,
cat.
I know, Kira. So my family actually, well, not recently by any means, but like several years ago. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago. Was it, honey? Or
For what?
Andy.
Probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, my family actually our previous dog had passed away, and so my family was like missing having a dog. So we did go to a shelter, and we fell in love with this adorable little puppy. It was like a black. No, it wasn't a black. It might have been a black lab like mixed with something. I can't remember.
Wasn't she a chocolate lab?
She was a chocolate lab. Thank
That's
you.
it, yeah.
My previous dog had been a black lab, so we'd fall in love with this puppy. And like we were so sure, hopefully, that we would get the dog. We filled out everything, went to see the dog. We didn't get it because the shelter said that like no, like you're not really as suitable a family as these other couple is, and that's fine. Like I'm not saying that like you go to a shelter and you'll only get the animal, but
Yeah.
like it's always a betting game.
No,
with
I'm
that.
pointing out that
Yeah.
not only the betting game, the shelter, if it decides that you are not fit to take care of the animal, or that if you're not home at least 90% of the day, you are now unfit. I wasn't allowed
That's
to
what
have
I was
a-
saying earlier.
My coworker.
Not everyone can take care of it.
At work,
Yeah.
it's actually funny. Almost everybody I work with has applied to adopt one of the cats that we partner with, like the therapy group, the shelter group that we partner with. Almost every one of my coworkers have like filled out an application.
Application.
An adopplication.
Newer.
Although
Adopt
that's what
all-
they should be called.
All of them have been deemed unfit.
All right, well then, I mean, like there may be
I
a
work
reason
at a
for
pet
that.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
That's
only
awesome.
problem with shelters though, is if they deem that you're unfit, you're never gonna get one.
Well, I mean, I would be okay with that because, like, if a shelter says like you might not be able to give this animal the best life that they can possibly have,
but
then
see,
I understand that.
The flaw with that though, like say you're not fit to adopt a pet at that time.
Yeah.
Few years down the
been
road, if
blacklisted.
you want to like try and adopt again, you're not going to be able to do
You've
that.
been
Wait,
blacklisted.
actually not go to a
Yes.
different shelter?
No.
Don't get reassessed.
It's across all
No,
of
not
them.
at
That's
all.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not allowed to have cats from the SPCA because I've been deemed unfit. Because I made one mistake by an accident. Because this is how I grew up when I had kittens, is I scruffed them.
Okay, so I'm confused. Like, so are you advocating against or for
Supposedly you're not
shelters
allowed-
then?
I'm advocating that if you have been blacklisted, don't bother because you're blacklisted
Okay, but
now.
what if you're not blacklisted?
Then
Then
go
try.
for
Okay.
it.
I,
Like,
I
Trevor,
think
like, that-
Kira's sitting on the fence. Like,
Yeah,
like,
like,
I don't think she's for or
Trev
against.
and I
Yeah.
are just talking about like how I want to go to a shelter first before a breeder, and you're saying if you're blacklisted from a breeder, then you can't go back. It's like that's
No, blacklisted from a
the
shelter.
shelter, whatever. But, like it's kind of that's very two different scenarios, Kira.
Or
It is important, but it's important to keep in mind.
Yeah,
Most
it
of
is.
their requirements, at least the ones here for a dog of any kind, requires a yard and someone to be home for at least 12 hours a day.
We live in Vancouver.
Exactly.
Yeah, again, like my family went to a shelter to apply to get a dog. We didn't get it, but we're not blacklisted or anything. So
They don't tell you if you're they're blacklisted.
pretty
You
sure
don't get told.
Maybe you're blacklisted and you
I
didn't
highly
Bum
doubt
bum
it. I highly doubt
bum.
it.
The blacklist.
To be
don't
fair,
know.
it won't be Vic. It'll be her mom and stepdad.
It'll be her.
That's true.
The
I mean,
blacklist.
we again also
starring
got
Victoria.
a puppy from another shelter, so after
Then you
that.
then you were
Yeah,
not.
that's what I'm
but
saying,
they
yeah.
don't tell you if you get blacklisted or
Okay, well,
not.
I'm just saying, like you should. I feel like you should go to a shelter before you go to a breeder because they're animals in need.
It's important.
Yeah, it's
versus-
important.
yeah.
But if
Anyways,
Yeah,
I
okay, we
think
need
we're
to
wrapping
end.
it up.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys
We're
so
in
much
the
for
end game
joining
now.
us. I just wanted to talk about this more, but I'm just gonna say this now. If anyone there is into stand-up comedy, Dave Chappelle has a new stand-up special on Netflix.
Yes, I want to see it.
It is absolutely amazing. It is funny, and yeah, that's all I had.
Matt there is a funny guy.
He's amazing.
I'm sorry. I've
He's
literally
beautiful.
I've
He's
only
beautiful.
I've only seen like a couple minutes from
Oh,
it.
for heckin' sakes!
He's the greatest stand-up
Didn't seem
comic of all
that funny.
time.
Check out
Anyways.
the Chappelle Show when you got a chance. It's
I've seen a bit of the
hilarious.
Chappelle show. Chappelle show is really funny.
Fucking amazing. And anyways, peace out, guys. Have a good night. Thank you guys for tuning into the podcast.
We're gonna play a meme game.
Meme game.
Meme game.
Pizza
Thank-
and memes.
Thanks to Devin. Shout out to Devin.
You're welcome.
Go watch The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. It's amazing.
And rescue your pets.
And go
Yes.
watch Suicide Squad, the greatest movie of all time.